Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Aries meditation. Full moon is tomorrow, I believe, in very early on the West Coast in the U.S. So I have laid out the Crow Tarot, past, present, future. I'll clarify with the African Tarot and finish off with a couple of Oracle cards. I will use the Oracle cards as the basis for a new spread in the extended, which is linked in the description box below. If you enjoy this reading, please like, share this video with someone who may enjoy it. Comment below. I enjoy your comments, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. All of your efforts, all of the support you give me, particularly you're spending your time with me now, is greatly appreciated. So let's get started with your overall energy, Taurus. This is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is asking you to extend this ability you have to detach yourself from your own powerful emotions. As you are offering, people come to you for advisement. You're able to see the best way to move past the assumptions others may hold about the best decision for them to make. In that regard, you are able to listen to them non-judgmentally and to encourage them to be curious about why they're making or why they're inclined to make the decisions they're making, what their experience truly is, validating that experience, and encouraging them to ask themselves more questions. This is you supporting people, hearing themselves share their own description of their problems and finding their own answers, which you're able to support. And this is a skill that is unique, a unique gift of you at this time. In some ways, you're really understanding that you've had a lot of experiences that you are now able to see differently than perhaps you once experienced them. And in doing that, you're able to help others to see what they're expressing as a challenge or a decision to be made, a choice to be made differently, opening them up to other aspects of a position or a problem they're facing that can be resolved or seen differently. You are, moreover, going through the same process yourself, and you may often surprise yourself with the beautiful counsel, the thoughtful, the non-judgmental advisement that you offer others, and that helps open up others to a new way of seeing things. In the past, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Page of Cups. You have been looking at the way that you relate to others, the way that you're using your own resources. You may have made assumptions about what you have. You may have made judgments about what you have or what you rely on other people for, but you're realizing you have the ability to negotiate those things. You can refashion your relationships or the access to your resources in terms of your relations with other people. You can actually negotiate in a way that is feeling new to you. You're learning to hold back sometimes your own knowledge, wisdom, or thought about or expectation about what you think something will be, and allow others to give you input, to receive the input of others without making a judgment immediately. This is you really controlling the way that you have conversations, the way you seek information, and thus the decisions you're making about how you can utilize your resources in the best way possible. Because of unexpected events, because of the growth, because of the unexpected openness that you are starting to experience in your relationships, in your conversations with others, in the way that you're opening up to your own creativity, your own imagination, your own compassion. You are seeing opportunities and connections coming to you very quickly, very rapidly. You are learning to ask for help in a way that is surprising to you, and how quickly people are stepping up to the plate to help. Solutions are appearing. There's still solutions you need to mediate, regulate, determine, choose among. But nevertheless, this is allowing you to expose your desire for improvements in your life in a way that doesn't feel vulnerable, where you don't feel taken advantage of, where you sincerely put out a request and allow the information to come to you, allowing people to compete for your resources, for your money, for your projects that you have to offer. And this can be a little overwhelming, but is putting you in a position of power that you continue to learn, means you can continue to rely on help at every step of the way. If it's figuring out how best to make a selection, if it's allowing those that you are choosing to support you in various ways to give you information about how best to proceed, to for instance, if you're looking for people to help you with a project or an improvement, most reputable vendors, companies, consultants, contractors recommend and are aware of what other companies like them offer. Not in necessarily a competitive way, but they can speak to what they do differently or what others can do better or not as well as they can. And this isn't just a pitch for your money. If they're not able or knowledgeable about their field and other resources that may be available to you, then they may not be people that you can trust with a project. This is very specific, and I hope it's helpful. In your present, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Wands. You are and have been planning a change in your lifestyle for a while, but decisions feel as though they're coming up for you regarding this nest egg, this legacy, this abundance that you have created, you are creating. Part of what you're starting to tap into, Taurus, is the sense that by gaining a new perspective, by taking a larger, looking at the bigger picture, by allowing yourself to step back and consider the information that you're receiving, allowing others, asking for help in new ways, allowing unexpected people and contacts to help you, to point you in the direction of the help that you need. You are actually growing what you have, amplifying your own abundance so that you are now in a position of recognizing the breadth of your investment, the breadth of what you have, of your resources, understanding that it is the continuous investment in what you have that allows it to grow. And this is big for you right now because you're coming into an experience of having all that you need and understanding ways that you can continue to grow that it is not fixed. If it's not as adequate as you feel it needs to be, you're learning how to make it what you need it to be. You're owning your resources as yours to invest in, to spend, to parlay in different ways to the best of your ability. And part of that, indeed, is looking for help. That's how you are redistributing what you have and making it grow into something more. You are aware that the way you've been thinking has to change, must grow. And because of that, you are taking the time to step back, to consider, to have a conversation. And in that way, one of the forms of help is some kind of a relationship, some kind of a coaching, counseling, a friendship where you get to air your concerns, you get to put out your ideas to someone who provides a sounding board or provides you with feedback to the direction you're moving in a way that you can hear it. So you are understanding that you're moving in an entirely new direction, and you're planning for that with the support of others who have the expertise you need. In the future, the Six of Wands, the Lovers, and the King of Swords. So we've got 3 sixes here on the table. We have now the Six of Wands, the Lovers, the Big Six, and the Six of Pentacles. So this really is confirming that you have big choices to make. You're at a crossroads and you're very aware of that. The Two of Wands is pointing to the similar idea that you're choosing a new lifestyle. You're choosing to move your life experience your life in a new way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're moving, you're getting a new job. What it does mean is that you are understanding what you have and the ability to build on that in new ways. The ability to negotiate your relationships, to look at the way you give and the way you receive, and to ask yourself if that's satisfying to you, if you feel that you're being properly reciprocated with, if you feel that your output is equal to the rewards and the recognition that you receive, to the desire to be recognized and valued. You're understanding that that is part of relationships that you value. It's part of your choosing what is in your long-term interest. And so part of that is also this ability, this frankly divine coupling here. And of course, this can relate to a partnership, a friendship, a business partnership, a romantic one, a relationship with a sibling, a child, a parent, with a relationship that helps you to strategize and evaluate your options before you. This can even relate to a financial counselor, a retirement counselor, somebody who helps you move your money in ways that are most advantageous to you. And it doesn't matter how much or how little you feel you have. You're aware that the counsel of someone else can help you to maximize what you have. This can also relate to a sincere friendship. This friendship may have at one time been a romantic relationship, but in many ways it's more than that. And you recognize the friendship here is one you value, and perhaps one that you must go to some lengths to reestablish, to regrow, to start afresh, to renegotiate this friendship, valuing the conversations, the ideas, the perspective that they bring to your own life choices. I'm going to clarify the 10 of Pentacles in the center of your reading with the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so I see indeed this desire for a greater perspective, knowing that you can grow your perspective. You can take a higher view of your needs, of the resources you have. You can look at them from a higher perspective. You are appreciating and deeply understanding some of the lessons, some of the failures, some of the errors you've made in the past, even some of the heartbreaks. And this feels like it's referring particularly to your material security. As you understand better what those lessons are, you gain a gratitude for those lessons, however painful, those people, however damaging to you that they were in that moment. Gratitude for these lessons, these experiences, understanding that they've led you to a place of being able to recognize the abundance of what you have. It's not about comparing yourself to others, because there's always people with more and always people with less. But you are understanding that this appreciation, this understanding of what you have and the possibilities that they can bring for you is part of a spiritual foundation that is new, that you now honor and respect. Furthermore, it's helping you break ties with those that you've learned all you can learn from. This can be you walking away from a job, from familial relationships that you feel have not served you. It doesn't mean that you don't appreciate the value of those relationships or those efforts you made, those employments. You honor them all, but you're willing to meet the challenge that you now see before you. In many ways, this is not a challenge you ever believed you would have, because this is something you've created. This abundance is something that is unique to your experience, that you had to learn. You had to fall in and out of love, go in and out of relationships, go back and forth between perhaps unfulfilling jobs and fulfilling occupations, interests, experiences that have finally gotten you to a place of recognizing your own potential abundance. I'm going to clarify with the Soul's Journey Oracle card and remind you that you can like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and I pulled Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And I'm also going to pull a Divine Crystal Oracle card and remind you that I will be using the Oracle cards to build a fresh spread in the extended reading linked below in the description box. I pulled Citrine, which says, bring in the light. Thank you so much, Taurus, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.